what I don't agree with is comments like Star Wars member 777, who says maybe if the fans didn't get butthurt when they changed some small things from the comics. I don't think that's really the reason why anyone would get butthurt about the shows, that they change small things about the comics. What small things about the comics is my question to you. I think what fans get upset about, let's take Boba Fett, for example, is you're expecting a character, just kind of like we've all expected with Luke and Obi-Wan. You're expecting a character who has been known and who has already had some sort of a character arc. And with Boba, maybe not in the movies, but in the comics for sure. And that's what really made him notorious. This guy is a badass, and he was introduced as a major badass in The Mandalorian season 2, if you don't follow the comics at all or his backstory. And they should have continued with that, but he completely switched up and changed. And that's what people really don't like, is when you change a already established or pre-established character like Luke Skywalker and you do it off screen, or like Boba Fett or like Obi-Wan Kenobi. And it's the same cookie cutter bullshit method that Disney likes to do because they're very uncreative, or they're hiring uncreative people, where they have a already pre-established character that George Lucas has perfected or damn well near perfected, and then turn him into some bumbling idiot who has lost his way and lost hope and has been reduced to literally a loser. And they did this with Han Solo. They did it with Luke Skywalker. They did it with Boba Fett. They did it with Obi-Wan Kenobi. And I'm just wondering, like, how many more characters do you want to destroy and have run this same sort of script where they lost themselves and now they have to find themselves again, when they've already done that previously over the last 40 years of Star Wars? So I think we should be only expanding on their story rather than degrading it and regressing. So I think that's what a lot of fans are upset about.
Like, I think Star Wars is a simple thing to get right. I don't think it's that complicated.
No. And again, YouTube Andy, I think you're totally missing the mark. He says, you looked up to Boba Fett, the guy who had 2 minutes of showtime in one single movie. That was the guy you left the theater thinking about. Ha 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 ha. It's like,
yeah, I mean, it's just a troll, but I'll bite.
No, dude, look, I'll bite. Yeah, for sure. So we're all about debate and talking about it. So if that's what you think, then you're really pushing and reaching for something that doesn't exist. No, there is so much lore about Boba Fett, which clearly you don't read and don't watch and don't care about, because you're only looking at things from a surface level. That, oh, there's only 2 minutes of screen time. No, man, there's so much more. There's so much more. This guy had tons of comics, tons of books, and he was in a lot of games.
Yeah,
like
we don't get to Mandalorians without Boba Fett. Like, Boba Fett was like
started,
and like I love this like argument from people, because like, dude, you're acting like it's just a few people that had this feeling about Boba Fett. Why do you think Disney made the show then? Yeah. Disney made the show because they know motherfuckers love Boba Fett.
That's right.
With 2 minutes, he was endeared to the fans. Sometimes, by the way, that's a mysterious thing, and you don't quite understand it. But if you recognize it, it's like wrestling, and you understand that this character is over, you push him. So, like, what's this dude even talking about? 2 minutes versus screen time? Brother, it's obvious people love Boba. That's why they made the show. The problem is they didn't just give us what we wanted. They fucked it up.
Yeah.
YouTube Andy.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. It's this constant theme that people have. Like, well, if you're saying something negative about it, then you're just being negative. It's like, well, why don't you actually try to listen?
Yeah.
Why don't you understand, like, where is this person coming from? Are they actually crazy and just complaining? Or is there merit behind it? And I think that's where a lot of the miscommunication starts from with a lot of these different people. It's that we both all love Star Wars, just some of us have different expectations of it. And that's really the only difference, is that you don't care about it as much as I do.
Yeah, and it's and by the way, totally cool if you're like okay with mediocrity. Like, that's fine, dude. Like, I think it's absolutely cool. But I think it's whack to get mad at people that don't just accept mediocrity. And again, like, bro, you're in a relationship with this content. You're paying money every month to get this content. You don't think you're entitled to an opinion on the quality of the content that you're paying for?